Please, sit down, adjust your posture, and for once in your life, try to listen carefully. This is Senior Analyst Edward Miller, speaking to you from a world that seems to be losing its collective mind. As always, I am accompanied by Archibald, the only entity in this entire building who understands that a polished tie is just as important as a polished data set. We are currently standing at the precipice of a digital tragedy. For years, the cloud was sold to the public as the ultimate sanctuary, a democratic space where expensive hardware didn't matter and the purity of the game was the only thing that remained. But the big sharks of the corporate world have grown hungry. They are no longer satisfied with the billions they extract from your subscription fees. Now they want to harvest your cognitive focus. They want to turn your leisure time into a measurable, sellable commodity. The old west of ad-free gaming is being fenced in by corporate architects, and those fences are constructed from unskippable 30-second commercials for things you do not need and cannot afford. The smoking gun on Xbox Cloud Gaming. Let us look closely at the receipts. The evidence regarding Xbox Cloud Gaming is not just a rumor, it is a smoking gun. Internal data and user reports have confirmed the presence of ad-supported playtime. This is not a technical glitch or a harmless experiment. It is a calculated, cold-blooded strategy. Microsoft intends to use their upcoming January showcase as a psychological distraction. They will dazzle you with the breathtaking vistas of the new Fable and the high-fidelity chrome of the next Forza. But while your eyes are fixed on the graphics, their hands are in your pockets. They are preparing to normalize a world where a boss fight is interrupted by a detergent advertisement. It is a total disgrace to the medium of interactive art. And why is this happening exactly now? Because the architects of this industry know that you are vulnerable. We are currently living through an artificial intelligence boom that has sent the price of silicon and hardware into the stratosphere. Most of you can no longer afford a high-end graphics card or a top-tier console without taking out a second mortgage. The corporations see this weakness and they offer you a poisoned apple. They give you a free tier, a cheap alternative. But you must remember Archibald's first law of logistics. If you are not paying for the product with currency, it is because you are the product being sold to the highest bidder. Your data, your time, and your very patience are being auctioned off in real time. A coordinated contagion. Sony, Nvidia, and Netflix do not make the mistake of thinking this infection is limited to one company. Archibald has spent the morning intercepting data that suggests a coordinated industry-wide shift. Sony is lurking in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to launch a PlayStation Plus Lite tier. Imagine the scene. You are immersed in a masterpiece like Metal Gear Solid. The tension is at its peak, and suddenly the screen fades to black so a local car dealership can scream at you. It is a desecration. It is an intellectual insult. And then we have Nvidia. They are considering a system where you can bypass server queues by watching 5 minutes of life insurance commercials. It is a form of temporal extortion. Pay with your time or wait in line like a peasant. Even Netflix is getting involved, registering patents for advertisements that change based on your pulse rate and biometrics. If the sensors in your controller detect that your heart is racing during a horror sequence, the algorithm will decide to show you a soda commercial to capitalize on your thirst or a sedative to calm you down. The level of corporate greed is not just staggering, it is profoundly pathetic. The protocol of ruin and digital decay, this is what I have officially labeled the protocol of ruin. Just as we reach the zenith of our technological capabilities, just as we find the ability to stream 4K games to a device in the palm of our hand, the executives decide to burn the sanctuary down for a few extra cents in quarterly earnings. They are turning our consoles into expensive billboards. Archibald notes that this also encourages laziness in development. Why bother optimizing a game to run efficiently when you can just stream a low-resolution version and let a generative algorithm guess where the pixels should be between advertisements? We are moving toward a world where ownership is a fairy tale. You own nothing. You merely rent a seat in a digital theater where the usher is paid to scream marketing slogans in your ear every 10 minutes. The final verdict and a call to action. So I ask you, what is the solution? For starters, you must stop being a mindless metric in their spreadsheets. If you are tired of being treated like an intellectual lightweight, you must demand a higher standard. Subscribe to this channel and support this broadcast. Not because I require your validation. Archibald provides all the silent approval I need, but because we must build a fortress of unfiltered truth before the government or the corporations cut our fiber optic cables. Archibald and I have a reputation to uphold, and we will be here watching the monitors and counting the inconsistencies long after the last commercial has faded into the void of the digital age. Indubitably,